Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to What's on Your Mind. I'm your host, Russ. Rhodes is my name. Looking forward to chatting with you because it is open conversation today. Give me a buzz on the WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital talk line, 724-438-4593. What's on Your Mind brought to you by Gary's Auto Sales, Hicks & Buzz Drugstore, Coldwell Banker, Laurel Ridge Realty, and K2 Engineering. I got a bunch of things on my little list today. Some just basic news items, others we can chat about, or even on the news items we can chat about. It's all up to you. And if there's something else that I haven't mentioned that you want to talk about, by all means, give me a call about that. We'll chat about it too. Start off. All right, there's a lot more to this story to come, I am sure about that. So a couple years ago, UBS, it's a big banking concern here in the U.S., and forgive me, I don't know what UBS stands for, but they took over a Swiss bank, Credit Suisse. It's their name, and Credit Suisse goes back decades. Well, they started after UBS took over. They started an audit of all the Credit Suisse accounts, and a preliminary report indicates that they found 890 accounts associated with the Nazi regime from World War II. So some of these accounts go back to the German Foreign Office, a German arms company that's not named, and the German Red Cross. So those are just three of the 890 accounts. I don't know if these accounts are still active. I don't know if they are closed accounts. I don't know if there's a combination of active closed. I don't know how much money is involved. I just find it, that there's still records here. And I'm sure there is more information to come. But management of UBS will be testifying before Congress this week about that. Wow. Okay, over in the Middle East, Iran. Two things here with Iran. 6 Iranian gunboats tried to stop and board a U.S.-flagged oil tanker around the Straits of Hormuz. The gunboats ordered the tanker to shut down its engines and prepare for boarding. The ship instead sped up. They put the pedal to the metal, so to speak, took off, and the U.S. Navy very quickly showed up and escorted the oil tanker to the open sea. Conversely, the USS Abraham Lincoln aircraft carrier approaching the Strait of Hormuz shot down an unmanned Iranian drone that was approaching the aircraft carrier with, unknown reasons, since it was pilotless. And not taking any chances, shot it down. So we can chat about Iran and U.S. relations as President Trump is still urging Iran to come to the negotiating table to once and for all get rid of their nuclear ambitions. Let's see here. Lindsey Vonn, you might remember that name from past Winter Olympics. She actually retired from skiing, about 6 years ago, I think. And a couple years ago, she decided to get back into racing. And so she's been on the race circuit since then, qualified for the U.S. Olympic team. This past weekend was competing in a World Cup race where she crashed, and she, totally ruptured her ACL tendon in her one knee. Well, she says she's going to continue going to the Olympics and plans on racing. She has been back on the slopes since the accident. She says even though her ACL is torn and ruptured, she feels that it's strong enough, and with the aid of a brace, she's going to be able to compete. So, and I think Lindsey Vonn's, she's old. She's old for skier. She's 42. I believe. So I'll be looking forward to watching her races. Starting, I think, the Olympics start Friday, and I think her first race is Sunday. So looking forward to that. It was announced that ICE agents up in Minnesota will be issued body cams. Body cams for ICE agents up in Minnesota and Minneapolis area. Excuse me. As both sides work to de-escalate tensions up there. Governor Josh Shapiro has announced that he's introducing or will have introduced new legislation entitled the False Claims Act. This is aimed at fraud, especially Medicaid fraud. The U.S. ranks number one in bringing charges against individuals for Medicaid fraud, and third in convictions in the country. So he says in 2024, I think it was $100 million that the state was able to reclaim through convictions of Medicaid money that was misspent or was part of a fraud against the system. So this First Claims Act will make it easier, I guess, for the state to find and go after fraud. So good for him on that. He also announced, you heard TJ mention this on the news, that he would like to ban cell phones in classrooms. And I am all for that. We'll see how that has to obviously go through the state legislature. We'll see how that all goes. China, I did not know China had a, I guess I'm not surprised really, but a regulatory commission designed for automobile safety. They have issued a new regulation, and this concerns Tesla, that all cars starting January 1 of 2027 must have some kind of mechanical release for all doors on cars. This would include Tesla, who, if you didn't know, doesn't have outside handles. There's no way, you can't grab a handle to open the door on a Tesla. It's all electronic. So China states safety reasons. If there is a wreck and people are unconscious, say, inside the car, how can you get to them if you can't open the door? So that's the reason for this ruling by by China, and affects mostly Tesla vehicles on that. So, yay, I guess that's okay. You know, it just goes to prove that, you know, even governments you don't agree with can come up with a good policy every now and then. Here's a feel-good story. A young boy, 13 years old, by the name of Austin Appleby, was vacationing in Western Australia with his mom and his younger brother and his younger sister. They were out in the ocean kayaking when they started getting blown out farther to sea through currents and the wind. Well, after they were about 2.5 miles out to sea and having no luck kayaking back in, Austin's mother asked him to try and swim to shore to get help. Well, Austin did that. He took off swimming 2.5 miles. He even took off his life preserver because it was a hindrance to his swimming stroke. So, 13 years old, swam 2.5 miles against ocean currents and rough waves, made it to shore, summoned help, authorities started a search, and his mother and his younger sister and his younger brother were found alive over 9 miles now off the coast of Western Australia, rescued, and everybody is back home and safe and sound and in good health. So a great feel-good story. What a remarkable 13-year-old that is. Let me see. 2 new storms are starting to approach the area. One, could start hitting the area as early as this evening. Nothing major that like what we've experienced in the past, but it can be expected maybe 1 to 2 inches of more snow and will be accompanied by high wind gusts. So there's that. And finally, so out in Alta, Utah, there's an archaeological dig taking place. For what? I don't know, but there's an archaeological dig. They came across a sealed bottle, still filled, and they say it's about 150 years old. It dates back to the 1870s. They then took it to High West Distillery. And High West Distillery has the distinction of being the first legal distillery in the state of Utah, also dating back to the 1870s, where, they checked it over and they were able to get a sample of the liquid out of the bottle without damaging the cork. One of the gentlemen involved tasted the substance and said it was, quote, not unpleasant, unquote. They've determined that it is or was beer, and now they're looking to see if the yeast that has accumulated in the bottom of the bottle is still viable so that they could, possibly brew that particular beer in the future. So kind of a fun little story there for somebody, for me anyway, who brews beer. Not too much anymore since it's been quite a while since I stopped drinking. No need to do it, but I do brew for special occasions still. So interesting. And because, kind of like when you make, sourdough bread, you got to begin with a starter and you save that and you can build upon that from batch to batch to batch, loaf to loaf to loaf. Same thing with beer. After you brew it, you uncap it. There's usually some yeast in the top of the bottle cap. You can pull that off and cultivate it and culture it and get a new batch of yeast going that way. So anyway, that's on my list. If there's something else you wish to talk about, by all means, give me a buzz. Both lines are open, 724-438-4593. I'm Russ Rhodes, your host. This is What's on Your Mind. More after this.
The Seahawks are going to Super Bowl 60. It's a rematch with the New England Patriots in Super Bowl 60 in Santa Clara.
Sunday, February 8th, complete coverage of the big game is on Westwood One. Hi, everybody. I'm Scott Graham. Join Kevin Harlan, Kurt Warner, Laura Oakman, Gene Steratore, Ryan Harris, and me for all the action right here.
Sunday starting at 5 here on WMBS.
Mountaintop Title and Notary can handle all of your motor vehicle and PennDOT needs, such as titles, plates, renewal, registrations, and all notary needs. Tina Nicholson of Mountaintop Title and Notary can also handle ATV and boat titles and also does income taxes. Hours are Monday through Friday, 9:30 to 4:30, and appointments can be made for after hours and Saturdays. Mountaintop Title and Notary with a new location at 655 Nelson Road in Farmington, the only place you need to go for all title, notary, and tax work. Call Tina at 724-984-1514 for the most professional services around.
Couples Comedy with married comedians Tom Cotter and Carrie Louise comes to the State Theater Center for the Arts Friday, February 13th at 8 p.m. for a hilarious Valentine's performance. An America's Got Talent Season 7 finalist and one of the funniest comics today, Tom Cotter, and Carrie Louise, a Last Comic Standing finalist, are sure to make it an uproarious Valentine's night out. For tickets, call 724-439-1360 or online at statetheater.info. Recommended for those 16 and over.
Looking for a bigger bonus? Well, WMBS and the Pennsylvania Lottery want to give you a big shot at it. Starting Thursday, February 5th, just be the sixth caller to 724-438-4593 when you hear
Triple!
And you'll win 6 $5 big bonus triple play scratch-off tickets. This game delivers triple the excitement with 15 top prizes of $130,000. Play today. Benefits older Pennsylvanians. Must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly.
Hello, I'm attorney Jeremy Davis from the law firm of Davis & Davis. We've been helping the great people of Fayette County for over 45 years with personal injury claims. If you are hurt or injured, call our law firm for your free consultation. The insurance companies are not on your side. Call us today at 724-437-2799. Either myself or an attorney from our office will personally come out and meet with you. If you're in an accident or hurt, call us at Davis & Davis, 724-437-2799 for your free consultation. Let us fight for you.
Does your car sound like it's saying, "Trade me in! Trade me in!" every time you start it up? Well, go to Ford of Uniontown and trade it in. That's right, your Uniontown Ford dealer is ready to assist you with a new or pre-owned car, truck, or SUV purchase. Ford of Uniontown has all the deals, all the inventory, and they are ready to deal. It has never been a better time to buy a Ford. Service is their top priority. No matter where you purchased your Ford car or truck, Ford of Uniontown will be happy to service it for you. They offer Ford-trained technicians, Ford-certified parts and service, 1-year, 12,000-mile parts warranties, and new state-of-the-art service equipment. Call or stop in today to see the hometown service of Ford of Uniontown, Route 40 West across from Applebee's. So listen to your car the next time you hear it say, "Trade me in! Trade me in!" Ford of Uniontown, Route 40 at the top of the hill.
Welcome back to What's on Your Mind. I'm Russ Rhodes. It is Open Conversation, 724-438-4593. Hello, welcome to What's on Your Mind.
Hey, how are you today?
Good. I'm doing
well.
Yeah, who am I speaking with?
Oh, my name's Paul.
Hey, Paul.
And I'm a long-time listener.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yeah. You know what? I was just trying to verify that this is the contest line also.
You know what? I honestly don't know. So
I think it is.
I don't know. You know what?
Yeah,
It could be.
you
But
find out for me?
I will do that. Yeah.
Well, you know what I did? I just heard the promo for it, and by memory, I went to my phone real quick. I didn't put the area code in. I just, put the number, the 7 digits in, then I put the area code, and that nice lady that always answers. She answered.
That's Doreen. She's wonderful. I love her.
She is.
Yes.
She is.
Yeah, she's the best
she
part
assumed
about
I
working
wanted
here. Doreen's the best part about working here.
Really?
Absolutely.
Well, yeah, she must have assumed I wanted to go on the air. But while I have you, can I ask, why are you breaking sooner now for one of your short little breaks?
Typically we're right around, the on the half-hour mark.
Yeah, you're throwing me off, though. You used to break at like 37 past
It depends. I mean,
okay.
I have a schedule. I've got a schedule that's roughly around half.
I know what you mean.
And if I get a
Okay.
caller on there, I've got a little bit of leeway before we.
You know what?
get to that point.
I have to tell you something really quick.
Yeah,
listening to you for a few years, I always thought you were really young, like in your 20s.
Then you dropped off. I was really what?
Oh, you were very young.
I was at one time.
Hey, me too.
I used to be.
I fool everybody. They think I'm in my 30s, but I'm really way older than that.
I won't say that people think I'm in my 30s, but they.
Oh no, I do. I did.
Yeah, but I am accused of being younger than I am. Yeah.
And I'll guess now.
I'll be honest with you, Paul. I turned 67 later this month.
Get out of town!
I do.
No.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow. I was going to say maybe early 40s.
No.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, yeah. Can you verify for me that this is the contest line?
Well,
when we hear that,
know what? On the next break, I will go verify that. So make sure
I won't leave the radio.
Yeah,
I'll listen to all the commercials. I'll stay with you.
Very good. All right.
Thank you so much, man.
Appreciate it.
All right, you too.
Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right. That was that. I enjoyed that phone call. Well, I enjoy all the phone calls. Some more than others. Got to be honest here. But that was a fun one. Anyway, hey, both lines are now open. So give me that buzz. I'd like to hear from you as well. 724-438-4593. All right, so here's a question. Super Bowl related, not so much the Super Bowl itself, but the halftime. So if you're planning on watching the Super Bowl this Sunday, which, by the way, is the Seattle Seahawks and the New England Patriots, and the Seahawks are 4.5-point favorites. The NFL has contracted, I guess, or chosen Bad Bunny to perform at halftime. I don't know anything. I didn't know who this was, who Bad Bunny is, until the NFL made this announcement. I don't know any of his songs, nothing. I mean, I guess he's an award-winning artist. Beyond that, that's all I know now. He's from Puerto Rico. Anyway, he's performing. Turning Point USA. Now, Turning Point USA is the company organization that Charlie Kirk founded. Turning Point USA has announced they are putting on an alternative halftime show. What network is carrying it, I honestly don't know. I got a feeling that it's Fox. Don't quote me on that. But they're billing it as an all-American halftime show. So, are you going to watch Bad Bunny, or are you going to change the station to watch the alternative halftime show? Or do you not give a darn whatsoever, and you'll just use that time to, take care of other needs or wants? So let me know on that. 724-438-4593. Hello, welcome to What's on Your Mind.
Yes, this is Pawpaw.
Hey, Pawpaw, how you doing?
All right. I just thought I'd get my 2 cents about the Clintons deciding that they're going to testify in front of Congress.
Have they decided they're going to now?
They say if they don't get hit with contempt of Congress, they'll testify. But I think their favorite 4-letter line is going to be, I plead the fifth.
Well, I don't know. We'll find out. We'll find out what or the famous I don't recall.
Right.
Yeah, but I don't. Yeah. So we'll see. Well, you know what? They are. I'll give them this. They're gonna. If what you're saying is true, because I haven't read that myself yet. So, but I'll take your word for it. So, assuming that they do show up and testify, okay, good. You know, we'll see what happens from there.
And as far as the Super Bowl halftime, since you mentioned that, I could personally care less. Because I'm not watching any of it anyway. I'll probably be having my computer on, looking at other options.
Okay.
Because there's always something you can find on YouTube videos that is short and you just get up and walk away from.
Mm-hmm.
And my team didn't get all the way. They got close. They didn't make it all the way.
And who was that close team, Papa?
The Rams.
Okay.
I've liked the Rams since I was real young, maybe 12 or 13 years old.
Okay, so you liked them when they were the Los Angeles Rams the first time.
Right. And then they went to St. Louis, which was good because I'm from Missouri.
Okay.
They went back to L.A.
Yep.
So
Yep.
I even liked them back then.
Okay. If I'm remembering correctly, the Rams, I think their history goes back to either Cleveland or Chicago, but I want to say Cleveland.
Yeah, that part I'm not too sure of.
Yeah.
But they were the losing team in the lowest scoring Super Bowl ever. They lost 10-3. I forget who they lost to.
Okay. I don't know. We'd have to go back and look. Yeah.
I was still employed at the time, so that was quite some time ago because I've been retired over 6 years.
Okay. So, alrighty. Well, maybe next year, huh?
Yeah. I don't know. It doesn't affect my retirement check.
and that's what matters.
That's right. My husband says the same thing. It doesn't affect his either.
Yes. That's true. So, alrighty. Anything else there, ma'am?
No, you have a good day.
All right. Hey, thanks for calling, Papa, lady. Appreciate it.
Right,
bye-bye. 724-438-4593. Both lines are open, so give me a buzz. You know, so it's a little warmer today. We're up to 32 degrees out there. I wish the sun was out. Wasn't overcast, but I guess you can't have everything all the time. So, but it is warmer out there right now, 32. We do have, I guess a little warming trend right now. We're supposed to get up into the 40s, I think, later this week. So all that's going to do is the snow that we've been trampling on is going to have a nice, melt on the top and freeze over again to become all nice and icy. So, if you haven't shoveled, or if you come across something that isn't shoveled, be extra careful there, because it'll get slippery again as the snow melts and refreezes. All righty. Okay. What else do we want to chat about out there today? I mentioned the Super Bowl. That is Sunday. So halftime show, will you be watching that or the alternative? Do you not care? Do you just want the next 6 weeks to come and go so you can get back to nice warm weather and thoughts of baseball? That's kind of what I'm hoping for right now, just the start of baseball again. So that's where I'm heading to. Okay. Also, let's go back to politics a little bit. So, don't remember the exact date off the top of my head. I can look it up here shortly. But for those of you interested in running for political office this time around, signature signing, petition signing season is closing in. So just remind you that you can go to the Election Bureau, downtown Uniontown on Main Street, to get your petitions. I don't think they're ready for disbursement yet for pickup. There is a certain date that you can do that, and a certain date when you can start gathering your signatures. But that time of the year is coming. For those of you not running for any office, well, you can possibly expect somebody knocking on your front door asking you to sign their petition. Locally, I think pretty much the only thing on the ballot this year locally would be committee people for your local Republican committee and Democrat committees. Other things on there, though, is, well, the governor is up for re-election in Pennsylvania, as is the lieutenant governor. All of your state reps are up for re-election. Half of the Senate and our local senator here in Fayette County is up for re-election. In Congress, down in Washington, the House of Representatives is up for re-election. Guy Reschenthaler is our representative. He is up for re-election. No senators in Pennsylvania. No U.S. senators. Both John Fetterman and Dave McCormick. They don't have to. They don't have to politic. They don't have to campaign this year. John Fetterman in 2 more years, however, will have to go at it. So there is that, and that for the most part, takes care of this year's ballot. So there you go. One season ends and another one starts, huh? Okay. I'm just trying to think. We also have basketball. High school basketball is starting to wind down. We're coming to the end of the regular season here. A couple more games. In fact, tonight you have Laurel Highlands visiting Uniontown in boys basketball. That starts at 7:30, and you can hear it right here on WMBS and on the YouTube channel. So that's that. College basketball is Pitt at Virginia. That's at 9 o'clock tonight. So anyway, high school basketball, regular season winding down, and we can look forward to the WIPIO playoffs starting here shortly with teams hoping to not only win that WIPIO championship, but then on to the states. So we'll see. Good luck to all those that are in it. So we just got a caller on line 1. Line 2 is still open. Give me a buzz, 724-438-4593. Hello, welcome to What's on Your Mind.
Yes, Russ. How are you?
Good. How are you, James?
Oh, surviving the cold weather. It's getting better. It's starting. If you can get above freezing, it's a victory.
32 degrees right now.
And no joke. I've seen people since last week, was in the teens. They're out practically with nothing on today because it's 32 degrees. They're acclimated to it.
Absolutely.
It's just like this feels like 50 and it's 32.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
But real quick, wanted to talk about some things with President Donald Trump. And we're talking, and I know people may get upset with me, but we're talking facts here. I'm going by the news, okay? None of this is made up. If you asked me last year, in my opinion, was the worst president we've ever had, without hesitation, Barack Obama. That's who I would have said. Now, I think he has been trumped, no pun intended. And I'll tell you why. It's the things that are going on in the White House. It's almost like the stuff is for sale. And we've talked about this before. And the latest reports, every day there's something. Yesterday there was a 25% tariff on India that was lowered to 18%. But there were threats that it could go back up to 30%. But it went down to 18% because if they stop buying a lot of oil from Russia and they buy more from the United States, and wait for it, Venezuela, then the tariffs will lower. What are we doing selling oil and being concerned about selling oil in Venezuela? This is something that, again, some organization, somebody's making money on this. Then you fast forward to last evening, I'm watching the news. It said the Arab Emirates, These are people that would come over with AK-47s and a jihad and kill you and I as soon as look at us. These people gave, I think, $500 billion to the Trump Organization cryptocurrency, and in return, they were given access to in return, they're going to be given access to computer chips that are manufactured. Chips in cars, chips in computers. That was the deal. So this is what's going on. This is all facts. This is in the news. Then you bring up the lady brought up the Epstein files, and again, Donna, the Clintons, they're as guilty as guilty. Okay, but they're going to go in there and they're going to play their game. But what you see with these Epstein files, and I think that's why Marjorie Taylor Greene and a lot of people that tried to protect these women and get them justice were upset because the Epstein files just weren't handed over. They were handed over a piece at a time. And it was just like the JFK assassination files, where you would go in and read something and then the page would be blacked out. And what good is that? You're telling us what information we're getting and what information we're not. And in your news, I find it despicable, not you, but in the news, I found it despicable because people are upset. Because in the Epstein files, stuff is blacked out. Stuff is not mentioned. However, just on your news reported, the women that were sexually molested, assaulted, damaged, raped, their names are in there. But the names of the victims' names were there. But the accusers and those that did the deeds, they have trouble finding. And there's stuff in there that no doubt is going to go back to President Trump. And that's why it is blacked out. Nobody can sit there and tell me and let's go facts again. This is the person that went on Howard Stern and had interviews. And the stuff that he said was disgusting towards women. This is a person that went on a blog and said that he grabbed women's privates and talked about it. This is a person that, if you look back even with Ben Roethlisberger in the situation he had, they were hanging out in Tahoe resorts, and he got in 2006. Roethlisberger was asked by Trump to escort Stormy Daniels to her hotel room, and from there, some information leaked out about stuff that went on. This is a person that no doubt in my mind is in that report. And there's already been reports of him and a 13-year-old and stuff that has happened. I don't know if you've heard about that, but people need to look into that. It's a select information that's given out, and this is why it was done. And there's no doubt in my mind that is why Marjorie Taylor Greene and others said enough's enough and walked away, because they know what was in this report. And for women to sit there and support this guy, then who else are you going to support? You're going to say in one breath that you're against human trafficking and sex trafficking, but you're going to support a person to the end no matter what they do. And to me, it's insane. Right. Do you see where you lose your credibility with me?
I understand what you're saying, but right now it's, and I agree with you on one aspect, to hide names that possibly did harm, but publicize the victims is totally wrong and goes against everything that, to me, has been. Well,
the one poor girl committed suicide.
Yeah, I know she did. She also came forward of her own free will at one point, and I'm not trying to make an excuse.
And that's good.
Yes, absolutely. I'd like to know why
she didn't have any support.
I wonder why more haven't come forward through all of this going forward.
Oh, I think it's a no-brainer. I think it's threats and the stuff that they were going to have to deal with.
Maybe. I don't know. But I got to go here because I'm running behind now. But
these are, and I'm just saying, everything that I said was a fact. I mean, it's news.
No, we don't. You don't know for a fact that Donald Trump is in the files, or to what extent. Donald Trump.
Oh, he's in there.
He has admitted having known and socialized with Epstein on some occasions. both multimillionaires, they're going to be invited to certain things together.
Yeah, but there's stuff in the files that they already found with the 13-year-old and with stuff going on at Mar-a-Lago. Russell Wilson was in there, if you heard that. There's more and more and more and more and more of this stuff that's going to come out, but they have had time to black out pages as well.
Okay. Got to run, James. Thanks for your call. Appreciate it. This is What's on Your Mind. More after this.
Hey, you looking for a quality pre-owned vehicle? Well, look no more, because with over 200 vehicles, Gary's Auto Sales is the largest used car dealer in the area. Whether you want a car, a truck, or an SUV, you'll absolutely find what you're looking for at Gary's. Gary's has been in business since 1974. You can visit them online at Gary'sAutoSales.com, or you can give them a call at 724-626-8080. Gary's Auto Sales. Many miles, many smiles. Ready to score big on your next home? Well, great news. Huge savings are waiting for you at Clayton Homes of Bell Vernon. From open floor plans perfect for game day parties to energy-efficient homes that will help you save money all season long, these homes are built to deliver. Don't wait on the sidelines. Make the winning play today and find the home that fits your family and lifestyle. Visit Clayton Homes of Bell Vernon at 4500 Route 51.
Looking for a dentist? Dr. Michael George and Dr. Ashley Parker of George Dental Associates, a Uniontown staple, has over 40 years' experience treating patients of all ages. Their caring, professional team of dentists and their staff offer a full range of dental services, including restorative, preventative, pediatric, cosmetic, and so much more. Visit GeorgeDentalAssociates.com today. That's GeorgeDentalAssociates.com and find out how they can enhance your smile through the art of dentistry.
Tuesday is another CR Bronner Group High School Sports Night here on WMBS. Join us for WPIL High School boys basketball action as the Uniontown Red Raiders host the Laurel Highlands Mustangs in a Section 1 5A matchup. I'm Brian Morozak. Steve Superk will join me to bring you all of the exciting play-by-play action. Our Sprouse Insurance Group pregame show starts at 6:30 with the opening tip-off between the Mustangs and the Red Raiders set for 7:30, and you can watch the live video stream on the WMBS YouTube page. This WPIL High School boys basketball action, Laurel Highlands at Uniontown, Tuesday at 7:30 here on WMBS.
At Live, we want to say thanks to our community with our biggest giveaway yet. Thanks a Million free slot play giveaway. Join us every Friday in February for your chance to win a share of $1 million in free play, including a grand prize of $25,000 in free play. You could be one of 10 winners each week. So what are you waiting for? Thanks a Million, only at Live Casino, Route 30 at Westmoreland Mall. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Are you looking to list or sell your house? Now is the time to let the professionals at Caldwell Banker Laurel Ridge Realty help you with all of your real estate needs. Caldwell Banker Laurel Ridge Realty has two convenient locations to better serve you. In Uniontown area, 724-437-7100, or in Connellsville area, 724-628-7200, and speak with one of our real estate professionals. Visit our website, caldwellbanker.com. We have been proudly serving Western Pennsylvania area for over 30 years and look forward to helping you with all of your real estate needs. Broker Paul Borch Jr.
It's not just another sale, it is the February floor sample clearance at Chesler's Fine Furniture, located on Route 51 in Uniontown. There are no gimmicks involved, just great values on beautiful home fashions for every room in your house. You'll find items such as genuine Lazy Boy rocker recliners for just $429, solid oak 5-piece dinettes featuring Formica tops for $13.99. If you prefer all wood sets, they start at just $5.99. For the family room, sofas start at only $4.99 with love seats and chairs to match. Chaise sofas for relaxing comfort are priced at $6.29 and up. Chesler's has top grain leather sofas, love seats, chairs, and sectionals in stationary and reclining in stock from Lazy Boy, Best Home Furnishing, and Craftmaster. Entertainment centers are sale priced from $159. Those with an electric fireplace start at $3.99. Every piece of bedroom furniture, every piece of living room and dining room furniture, every piece of furniture at Chesler's will be on sale. Credit terms and delivery are available with 90 days same as cash.
WMBS.
Welcome back to What's on Your Mind. We've got about 45 seconds left in today's first hour. Don't worry, there's a second hour to come. We'll continue with the open conversation. Either way, though, give me a buzz, 724-438-4593. I really want to find out what's on your mind. Give me a call. Could be on one of the topics I brought up, or it could be something else altogether, just like James did when he called up about the Epstein files. So give me a buzz here, huh? What else can we chat about here with the next hour? You know what? I saw a little glimpse about this, and James touched on it too, with the tariffs with India, and it ties in with India buying U.S. oil. So we'll get into that a little bit more in the next hour. In the meantime, CBS News is next, followed by TJ with local news. This is WMBS Uniontown at the Tone. It's going to be 2 o'clock.
This is CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
I'm Jennifer Kuiper. A bill to end a partial government shutdown is nearing final passage in the House after narrowly clearing a critical procedural hurdle and now undergoing a vote on final passage for the funding package. The holdup has been demands for Department of Homeland Security reform before funding. CBS's Torian Small.
We also know that this is a bipartisan concern. Some of the images coming out of Minnesota really disturbed some Republicans who were behind this push for this agreement that was brokered between the White House and Senate Democrats. So now we're just waiting to see what that process looks like.
In Arizona, Pima County authorities and the FBI are asking for the public's help to find 84-year-old Nancy Guthrie. The mother of Today's Show co-host Savannah Guthrie was last seen at her home on Saturday night. Investigators have found signs of forced entry and blood was found in the home, but no word on whose blood it is, and it's undergoing testing. FBI Special Agent John Edwards saying a short time ago there,
"We're downloading and analyzing cell phones, obtaining cell tower information, conducting interviews, and providing any and all investigative support that the Sheriff's Department needs."
Authorities believe Nancy Guthrie was taken against her will, and they're concerned that she could die without her medication. Just weeks after insulting him as a sick man fueling the drug trade, President Trump is hosting Colombian President Gustavo Petro at the White House today. CBS's Ed O'Keefe.
But it is expected they're talking about the situation in Venezuela, illegal drugs, petroleum work that's being done in Venezuela, and broader national security concerns overall.
A Navy fighter jet has shot down an Iranian drone that was approaching U.S. ships in the Arabian Sea. CBS's Cammie McCormick reports.
The U.S. Central Command says the Iranian drone was aggressively approaching the aircraft carrier USS Abraham Lincoln, and its intent was unclear. When it continued to approach, despite de-escalatory measures by U.S. forces, it was shot down. The military says the incident occurred within hours of another, in which Iranian forces harassed a U.S.-flagged and crewed merchant vessel in the Strait of Hormuz.
Britain's former ambassador to the U.S. is stepping down from his position in the upper house of Parliament. Documentation from the Jeffrey Epstein files suggests Peter Mandelson may have sent emails to the convicted sex offender with confidential government information. BBC's Harry Farley reports.
There was really no other way forward, I suppose, for Peter Mandelson. And now the question, I suppose, will focus in on Sir Keir Starmer and his judgment and his decision to appoint Peter Mandelson as US ambassador a year ago.
Stocks are tumbling on Wall Street. The Dow is down 528 points and NASDAQ is down 539. This is CBS News.
Real crimes, real justice. Follow and listen to 48 Hours on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
If you are looking for a trusted local law firm with a strong commitment to their clients, look no further than Zebley Law Offices. Attorney Zebley has been practicing law in Fayette County for more than 4 decades. Although specializing in bankruptcy, Zebley also handles real estate matters, civil suits, collections, wills, powers of attorney, and more. If you need legal help, go with a name you recognize and trust. Call Zebley Law Offices today at 724-439-9200. Looking to update your home? Koval Building Supply at 40 Monroe Avenue in Uniontown is more than your plumbing supply store. We specialize in kitchen and bathroom remodels that transform your space from outdated to outstanding. Our designers work with you to create the look you've always wanted with custom cabinetry, countertops, and flooring options to fit your style and budget. Call Koval today at 724-437-8824 or visit kovalsupply.com to plan your dream kitchen or bath. Koval Building Supply, everything you need to make your house feel like home.
World of Music, CBS's Steve Kathan tells us about the death of a key member of one of rock's most successful bands.
One is the loneliest number that you'll ever do.
That song, One, was the first of 10 top 10 hits for Three Dog Night and lead singer Chuck Negron in a string of success that stretched from 1969 to 1974 and included 3 number-1 songs. His publicist says Negron died at his home in Los Angeles from complications of heart failure and COPD. He was 83. Steve Kathan, CBS News.
Disney Parks chief Josh D'Amaro will take over for Bob Iger as CEO. D'Amaro has served as Disney Experiences chairman. The decision on the next chief executive at Disney comes almost 4 years after the company's choice to replace Iger went badly, forcing him back into the job. Jennifer Kuiper, CBS News.
Now the local, district, and statewide news. Being brought to you by Fayette Heating and Air Conditioning, your Bryant Dieter. Keeping you warm and cozy in winter and cool and comfortable in summer with a quality Bryant gas furnace or air conditioning system. And now the news.
Good afternoon, 205, cloudy and 33 outside the Davis & Davis Attorneys at Law Studios. Fayette County's personal injury attorneys since 1976. Your local station, 590 AM, 101.1 FM, WMBS. I'm TJ DeStefano. We'll have sports and weather after the news. Governor Josh Shapiro delivered his 4th budget address to the General Assembly at the state capitol in Harrisburg today. The $53 billion 2026-27 proposal includes funding for initiatives like cannabis legalization and minimum wage increases, along with hundreds of millions for education. According to the governor's office, the budget proposal does not include any tax increases. Multiple people were injured during a fire at a senior high-rise building in Washington County Monday night. Firefighters were called to Bentley Tower on the 700 block of Washington Street in Bentleyville shortly after 9 p.m. 2 people were flown to a hospital. According to the Washington County Housing Authority, Bentley Tower is an elderly high-rise building that was built in 1985, and it has 90 units. For the 5th consecutive year, gambling revenues statewide reached a record high in 2025, according to the Pennsylvania Gaming Control Board. Gambling revenue hit nearly $6.8 billion last year, which is a 10.7% increase from 2024 and more than double the state's 2016 figure of $3.2 billion. In western Pennsylvania, Hollywood Casino at the Meadows in Washington County brought in nearly $350 million, a nearly 8% jump from 2024. The casino at Nemacolin in Fayette County saw a 9% increase with more than $28 million in revenue. Live Casino Pittsburgh at Westmoreland Mall had revenue of about $116 million, which dropped 0.9% from 2024. And revenue at Rivers Casino in Pittsburgh dropped 0.3%, totaling $351.8 million. A federal judge is blocking a Trump administration order that would end temporary protected status for Haitian immigrants. Rory O'Neill will tell us more.
Any Haitian nationals in the U.S. on temporary protective status would have lost their legal residency at midnight without the intervention by a D.C. District Court judge. The Department of Homeland Security says TPS is being abused as a kind of amnesty program and promised an appeal of the decision to the U.S. Supreme Court. Haitians in the country on TPS remain protected as long as the judicial stay remains in place. I'm Rory O'Neill.
WMBS time, 2:08. We'll check sports and weather after this.
439-2323. For 24-hour emergency service, call us when you need. We're Fayette's Heating and Air Conditioning, your service company.
Be prepared for bone-chilling winter weather. Have Fayette Heating and Air Conditioning install a Bryant high-efficiency furnace in your home to replace that old worn-out system you now have. Choose Bryant's Plus 90 gas furnace or other quality heating system to keep yourself and your family warm and toasty this winter. Fayette Heating and Air Conditioning will also keep your present furnace running at peak efficiency with their 15-point safety check and cleaning. Call Fayette Heating and Air Conditioning today for your appointment. 724-439-2323. That's Fayette Heating and Air Conditioning, your Bryant dealer, Route 119 north of Uniontown, located near Laurel Mall.
Fayette Heating and Air Conditioning, 439-2323, 439-2323, 439-2323, 439-2323.
In sports, tonight's the C. Harper Auto Group High School Sports Night on WMBS as Laurel Highlands visits Uniontown. We'll have the game on the radio as well as video on our YouTube page. Sprouse Insurance Group pregame show is at 6:30 and the game starts at 7:30. Also tonight, college basketball. Pitt visits Virginia. That'll start at 9 o'clock and we'll have that on WMBS following high school basketball. Also tonight, the Penguins, they're back in action as they'll visit the New York Islanders. Face-offs at 7:30. The Pens lost 3-2 against Ottawa last night. And finally, the NFL Pro Bowl is tonight at 8 o'clock in San Francisco.
The local, district, and statewide news has been brought to you by Fayette Heating and Air Conditioning, your Bryant dealer. Route 119 north of Uniontown, located near Laurel Mall. Phone 439-2323.
This Weather Watch is brought to you by Clayton Homes of Bell Vernon. Is it time to find a home that fits your lifestyle? Visit Clayton Homes of Bell Vernon. You'll find special savings along with beautiful, energy-efficient homes packed with features you've been dreaming about at Clayton Homes of Bell Vernon, 4500 PA 51.
Cloudy, a few snow showers this afternoon, 34. Cloudy, some snow showers and flurries tonight, 16. And cloudy and 27 tomorrow. Right now, cloudy and 33 outside the Davis & Davis Attorneys at Law Studios at 2:10 on this Tuesday. I'm TJ DeStefano. On the way, it's hour 2 of What's on Your Mind with Russ Rhodes here on WMBS.
This Weather Watch was brought to you by Clayton Homes of Bell Vernon. Is it time to find a home that fits your lifestyle? Visit Clayton Homes of Bell Vernon. You'll find special savings along with beautiful, energy-efficient homes packed with features you've been dreaming about at Clayton Homes of Bell Vernon, 4500 PA 51.
There's only one best lunch spot in Uniontown. Titlo Tavern and Grill on West Main Street, serving 8-ounce Reubens, foot-long cheesesteaks and subs, half-pound handmade burgers, plus pizza, calzones, strombolis, pepperoni rolls, and fresh salads like Greek, antipasto, salmon, steak, and chicken. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 11 to 9, Friday till 10, Saturday 2 to 10. Dinner and happy hour specials nightly, and private parties are welcome. Call 724-437-6749. Titlo Tavern and Grill.
Hi, I'm Jason Brady, the owner of Brady's Rad Cafe, the new restaurant in Uniontown Mall near JCPenney's. Join us for our selection of unique burgers and hot dogs, steak and meatball hoagies, and more. Always fresh and made right here by friendly people in a welcoming throwback atmosphere at Brady's Rad Cafe. No frozen fast food, always fresh and fun at Brady's Rad Cafe in the Uniontown Mall near JCPenney's.
Are you looking to list or sell your house? Now is the time to let the professionals at Caldwell Banker Laurel Ridge Realty help you with all of your real estate needs. Caldwell Banker Laurel Ridge Realty has 2 convenient locations to better serve you. In Uniontown area, 724-437-7100, or in Connellsville area, 724-628-7200, and speak with one of our real estate professionals. Visit our website, caldwellbanker.com. We have been proudly serving Western Pennsylvania area for over 30 years and look forward to helping you with all of your real estate needs. Broker Paul Borch Jr.
Are you considering a project design and don't know where to start? K2 Engineering offers a wide range of professional civil, architectural, and municipal services to meet your individual project needs. Our versatility combined with our personalized approach is what sets us apart as a full-service engineering and consultation firm. To learn more about our services, please visit us on the web at www.k2engineering.net. K2 Engineering, where customer service is our priority.
Businesses come in all shapes and sizes. Integrity doesn't. For more than a century, the Better Business Bureau has set the standards for how businesses should operate honestly and ethically. So when you're looking for a business you can trust, check to see who's BBB accredited and who isn't. Always choose the Better Business. Look for the BBB seal because it's looking out for you. That's why it's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Zen's Antiques and Home Decor, a part of the Cinder Shack family of vendors where you can find both antique and new furniture, collectibles, housewares, gift items including jewelry and candles, and so much more. Follow Zen's Antiques and Home Decor on Facebook for new items and information on upcoming events. Zen's Antiques and Home Decor in Building 2 at 3391 National Pike in Farmington. Zen's Antiques and Home Decor.
Hello, Uniontown and Fayette County. This is attorney Erica Dowd of Quattrini Law Group. Are you a veteran suffering from a service-related disability or disease? Not all injuries are obvious or happen quickly. We've helped hundreds of veterans with conditions like PTSD, neuropathy, heart conditions, and cancers get the benefits they deserve, even when their conditions didn't start until many years after service. VA benefits can be paid for any condition that could have been caused or worsened by your service, from Agent Orange exposure, Camp Lejeune water exposure, burn pits, or physical injuries in the service. If you were disabled from your military service, we can help you. The consultation is free and no obligation. Call us today at 1-888-534-6016 or Google Quattrini Law Group. Again, this is attorney Erica Dowd from Quattrini Law Group, reaching out to veterans like you.
Your local station, WMVS.
The views and opinions presented by the host, guests, or callers on this program do not necessarily represent the positions of WMBS Radio.
Welcome back to Hour 2 of What's on Your Mind. I'm Russ Rhodes. We're going to continue with the open conversation. Give me a buzz on the WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital talk line, 724-438-4593. Just a reminder, this hour we are brought to you by K2 Engineering, Coldwell Banker Laurel Ridge Realty, Hicks and Ball's Drugstore, and Gary's Auto Sales. So there you go. All right, just to recap my talking points from the first hour. And again, these are mine. You want to talk about something else, by all means, give me a buzz. Banking entity UBS a couple years ago bought a Swedish bank, Credit Suisse. At which point they started a forensic audit of all of Credit Suisse's accounts. And initial findings that they've released, 890 accounts are tied into the Nazi regime of World War II era. Some of the accounts flow back to the German Foreign Office at the time, a German arms company, and also the German Red Cross. So I am sure there is more to come on this story. This is just the tip of the iceberg. I'm wondering, are these accounts that have been closed out, are they still active? Are there monies still in these accounts? How much they're worth? There's still a lot of questions. Who else does this money track back to? So I just find this to be fascinating that after all this time, we're still finding things out. Iranian gunboats tried to seize a U.S.-flagged oil tanker in the Middle East. The Iranians told the tanker to shut off its engines and prepare to be boarded. The tanker said, yeah, ain't going to happen on my watch. They actually sped up and called the Navy, who promptly responded and sent the little gunboats on their way and escorted the super tanker to the open waters. Iran also got an unmanned drone a little too close to the aircraft carrier USS Abraham Lincoln. It was shot down by the carrier in a defensive posture. So there's that. Lindsey Vonn, who has been attempting a comeback for the last 2 years, made the U.S. Olympic team, but in a warm-up race over the weekend in the World Cup race, she had a crash and ruptured her ACL, anterior cruciate ligament, in one of her knees. She says that she's going to continue to compete in the Olympics. She says her knee feels strong, and with the aid of a brace, will continue and go for the gold starting Sunday is her first race. It's been announced that ICE agents up in Minnesota will be issued body cams, so I think that's a good thing. Governor Shapiro here in Pennsylvania is targeting Medicare fraud and is asking that the legislature pass the False Claims Act that will give more power to the state government to go after fraud in the Medicare system. He's also asking that cell phones be banned in school classrooms. So I'm for that. China has told car manufacturers is starting in January 1st of next year, all new cars in China must have door handles, especially external door handles. It's kind of aimed at Tesla, who doesn't have handles. Tesla is all operated by, basically Bluetooth remote control. So there's that. Austin Appleby is a 13-year-old boy from Australia, Perth, Australia. He was on vacation with his mom and younger brother and sister when, while kayaking in the ocean, got pushed out to sea and were unable to get back to land. So Austin Appleby took off his life jacket and started to swim the 2.5 miles back to sea to get help. He was successful in that endeavor. After about 10 hours in the water, his mom and little brother and little sister were rescued by authorities. And everybody is well. So, and then finally, a 150-year-old bottle of, what archaeologists think is beer was uncovered at a excavation site in Alta, Utah. So some testing is undergoing, and they've actually tasted it and said it was, quote, not unpleasant, unquote. So there's that. What else? Okay, I wanted to touch a little bit on, you know what, before I go any further, Paul, I hope you're still listening out there. Yes, I did confirm with management here that the number you call for talking on what's on your mind is the same number used when there is a prize giveaway. So they're one and the same, but there is no prize giveaways during my show. We don't want to get things confused here. So there you go. 724-438-4593 is the same number to be used for getting those prizes and also giving a call into what's on your mind. So wanted to let you know that, Paul. All righty, moving forward. So James brought up the oil business with India. India and the Trump administration has been, not pleased that India has been purchasing their oil needs from Russia. And one of the reasons that the Trump administration does not look kindly on that is, for one thing, there's been sanctions put on Russian oil. And the second, that Russia uses the proceeds from its oil sales to continue the war in Ukraine. So the theory is, if we can limit the amount of oil that Russia is able to sell, well, the harder it is for them to continue the war in Iran or Ukraine and hopefully bring this thing to an end. So by working on this trade deal with India, the Trump administration has been a little successful in the fact that India has agreed now to start buying its oil from the U.S. and not Russia. So if this puts a little stranglehold on Russia to help hopefully bring an end to the war in Ukraine, so be it. As far as India also buying oil from Venezuela, okay, I'm not going to deny that there isn't something in it for the U.S. on this. But maybe I'm a, optimist on this, that the purpose of this is to help Venezuela get back on its feet. Because up until the time that the U.S. captured former dictator Maduro, Venezuelan oil was also sanctioned. Couldn't be sold on the open market, hence the ghost boats that have been seized. If that income from the sales now can go towards Venezuela rebuilding its economy, rebuilding its infrastructure, and that includes Chevron-owned, which is a U.S. company, oil infrastructure needs. That, too, I think, is a good thing. Does Chevron make out? Well, hopefully. It's a U.S. company. U.S. company does well. They make more, they pay more taxes, right? So I'm okay with that as well. I don't know about you, but I'm okay with that. So what do you think? 724-438-4593. Also, this came down yesterday. A young woman, I just lost the darn article now. I got to go find it again. There we go. A young woman by the name of Fox Varian, at one time as a child identified as transgender. And through advice, if you will, of the psychologist she was seeing and other physicians, other doctors, decided to start the transitioning process, which culminated at the age of 16 having a double mastectomy. 16. Well, she no longer identifies as transgender. She identifies fully as female. Woman. And she sued. She sued the psychologist that guided her towards transitioning and the surgeon who performed the mastectomy and also, hormonal therapy and that type of thing. She basically said in her arguments that she was a child. She was troubled, going through puberty, and trusted that she was not capable of fully making a decision of this nature because of being 16 and younger. So after she detransitioned, came to her senses, She sued. She sued her psychologist and the physician in court. And guess what? The jury awarded her almost $2 million. They found that, yes, the psychologist and the doctor overstepped their hand, did things that they shouldn't have done, and awarded her $2 million. What's your opinion on this? I agree. She was too young. She was far too young to be allowed to make these decisions. And I think the psychologist in this is probably more culpable in the whole thing than the physician. Although I slam the physician for performing the surgery that he did on this young woman. I think it was wrong all around. I think this young woman was manipulated by people in authority that had their own agenda, had their own theories, and wanted to see those theories come to fruition, not taking into account that she was 16 and less, because I believe this started when she was like 12 years old. This whole process where she was questioning who she was. She was still developing. Her brain was still developing. And these people took advantage of that to further their own ideas, their own thoughts. And, well, the jury agreed that they went too far. So what are your thoughts on this? 724-438-4593. Both lines are open. We'll be right back after this.
You can go to Big Box Medical Office.
Now serving number 3,943.
Or
Hi, come on in. How are you?
for personal, professional health care you can trust, see Dr. Paul Hardley and nurse practitioners Tara Bozak, Jessica Reckhart, and Stacy Morris, proudly serving our community for over 30 years. Need care today? Walk-ins are always welcome. For your primary care, call Dr. Paul Hartley at 724-437-1109 or visit ppcp.org. Or
serving number 3,944.
well, much cooler temperatures are here, but you could still enjoy your deck or patio with retractable or fixed awnings from Lifetime Awnings. Made in the USA with manufacturer and customer guarantees, Lifetime Awnings products last. Lifetime Awnings is veteran-owned and operated with a 10% discount to all military veterans and their families. Call Lifetime Awnings 724-554-6067 for a no-cost or obligation home consultation. Or email John, the owner, at lifetimeawningsusa@gmail.com.
Bad hair day? Bad day at the office? Bad day behind the wheel? Hey, stuff happens, even to the best of us. At least your car insurance rate doesn't have to take a hit. Get Erie Rate Lock from Erie Insurance. Gives you a great rate that stays put until you change a car, driver, or your address. Plus, seriously good service. Now that's something to smile about.
Your Erie agent in Uniontown and Ross Traver Township is Sprowls Insurance Group, 724-437-9812, or go to sprowlsinsurance.com.
Erie Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage and is not available in all states.
Tune in to WMBS Saturday mornings at 8:20 for Your Financial Future with Gary Boatman, certified financial planner, investment advisory representative, syndicated columnist, and author, as he addresses such income issues as planning for retirement, future health care expenses, avoiding financial pitfalls, and much more. That's Your Financial Future with Gary Boatman, Saturday mornings at 8:20 right here on WMBS, or Gary Boatman welcomes your calls at 724-243-3075. That's 724-243-3075.
Ready to upgrade your home? At Ferris Carpet and Tile in Uniontown, Town, you'll find premium flooring at prices that fit every budget. From plush carpet and durable vinyl to stunning hardwood tile and custom showers, Ferris has the styles and craftsmanship to bring your vision to life. Their expert team makes installation easy, fast, and done right the first time. Visit the showroom today and discover why homeowners have trusted Ferris for years. Ferris Carpet and Tile, quality you can stand on.
Hi everyone, this is Kelly Clark with Autoland Hyundai in downtown Uniontown. 724-208-5281. What makes buying your next vehicle for me worthwhile? I make it a very easy 5-step process. You look, you shop, you ask, you decide. And I listen. Kelly Clark, Autoland Hyundai, 724-208-5281. 724-208-5281. Kelly Clark, Autoland Hyundai. I'll make you a good deal.
Having Hicks and Buzz Drugstore in Uniontown means reliability, quality, and service. Pharmacists Stephen Harper and Seth Miller gladly answer healthcare questions and take care of your prescription needs. Hicks and Buzz also offers free prescription delivery, mail-out service for snowbirds, and dependable courteous service, all part of their good neighbor way of doing business. Hicks and Buzz Drugstore, 304 Morgantown Street, phone 724-437-2828. Open Monday through Friday, 9 to 6, Saturday till 3, closed Sunday at Hicks and Buzz Drugstore of Uniontown.
Welcome back to What's on Your Mind. I'm Russ Rhodes, your host. It is Open Conversation, 724-438-4593. Hello, welcome to the show.
Hello, Russ.
Fred.
How you doing?
Good, you?
Am I coming in loud and clear?
Yeah, and your noise is there. It is so annoying, Fred. I don't know how long I'm going to put up with it. But go ahead.
Okay, well, real quick, the girl you were just talking about that sued and she got X amount of dollars for that procedure, where the hell is her parents at?
I don't know. The article doesn't state that.
Oh, it doesn't?
No, it does not. It does not. You know what? I assume it's the type of thing you go to a doctor that is, touts themselves as a specialist. And so many of us go, okay, he's the specialist, they know what's what, and if this is what they're advising, okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, like I say, if she was underage, her parents would have definitely had been, give her consent, right?
One would think, yes.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So they're the ones who'd be sued.
So she did not sue based off of because of the surgery. She did not sue based on malpractice. You did something wrong surgically.
Right.
It was, you sold me a bill of goods claiming to be an expert when all along there was no expertise involved. You were selling a can of goods. You were selling your own theories with no scientific basis, is basically how I read this. So it's not that, the surgery was done, but it was done because of bad information given to a young woman whose brain was still developing and didn't have the capacity to really make a fully informed, consented permission.
Yeah, well, like I say, I still say that her parents had to give the consent.
Yeah.
That girl couldn't say, hey, do it, without her parents' consent, right? She's underage.
Yeah, well, again, so, yes, the young girl sued. I don't know, her parents still went along with what the doctor was saying, what the psychologist was saying. So
Okay.
her parents were duped as well.
Okay.
Okay? That's how I see this.
You're right. Oh, well.
Yeah.
That's the way it goes.
So.
All
right. Thanks, Fred. Bye.
All right, bye.
724-438-4593. Both lines are open, so give me a buzz. Yeah, so again, it's not so much that the procedure was performed as much as they were duped. They were given information that was accepted because of their standing within the medical community. Doctor in psychology. A doctor in, I don't know what specialty the physician had. I don't know. But, oh yes, you have this surgery and you can become the person you want to be. Type of thing. So I think that's where this is playing out. Again, a 16-year-old. And well, younger, like I said, when this whole started, when she was questioning herself, her body, her future, her growth, her maturity taking place. What's going on? I don't feel right. Something's not right. You know, instead of saying, hey, okay, this is all part of growing up. We're here. We'll help you get through these questioning times. You know, what about, the whole thing of accepting your body as who you are? Well, that kind of goes by the wayside here. Oh, if you don't like who you are, you can change it. Here, take this pill and have a little surgery, and you can be now who you want to be. So, what happened to accepting who you are on all of this? I would imagine we might start seeing more of this type of lawsuit moving forward. And I wonder if the whole narrative will now begin to shift, coming back to common sense on this, coming back to the accept who you are, be comfortable with who you are, and if you're not okay, we need to do some therapy. We need to talk it out. We need to do, stay away from the pills, stay away from the surgery. Stay away. So anyway, your thoughts on all of this. 724-438-4593. Want to chat with you? Give me a buzz. All right. So the governor has presented his budget. Along with that, and I had mentioned banning cell phones in the classroom. Do you agree? I'll tell you, I do. I do. If parents, and I don't care for the argument, well, I need to get hold of my child. Well, you know what? Growing up, I didn't have a cell phone. I'm going to guess most of the listening audience here didn't have a cell phone going to school with you. And if your parents needed to get hold of you for whatever reason, they got hold of you by calling the office, didn't they? And then you either got a call over the intercom system, to the teacher, hey, Miss Smith, is Russ Rhodes in your class today? Can you send him down to the office, please? You either got that message or somebody actually came to the classroom and told you, right? And conversely, if you needed, for whatever reason, to get hold of your parents, you could do that too. I'm all for getting rid of them. I really am. I really am. All righty. So let me see here. So here we go again. On the governor's budget. He wants to spend in this budget $53.3 billion. He's estimating that the state revenues will be only $48.68 billion. So we're looking at almost what? A $5 billion shortfall? A deficit budget yet again, although he's going to take money from the rainy day fund to balance it. So here we go again. Okay. He again wants to legalize marijuana and put a 20% tax on it, by the way. Increasing the minimum wage. Okay. He wants to go from $7.25 to $15 an hour. That's a big increase in one fell swoop. I think 100% increase in the minimum wage will be a death knell for some small businesses. I think it's very hard for a business to absorb that kind of increase in a short amount of time. I'd be open to a conversation on increasing the minimum wage in Pennsylvania incrementally over time. So that's just some of the things that I'm looking at here when just a cursory look at this budget. So, again, a $5 billion deficit spending budget with the shortfall being made up from the rain. You know, the rainy day fund, the rainy day fund is designed for unseen expenses, for emergencies. Like when that bridge collapsed in Philadelphia the other year, or the bridge here in Pittsburgh that collapsed. Those are unforeseen emergencies. Those are unforeseen emergencies. You know, they're not budgeted into the transportation part of the budget. But those are things that need to be rebuilt, and they were rebuilt. That's what the rainy day fund is for. Not for filling in the gaps of your spending budget. So there's going to be a lot of work to reconcile this budget. Again, the clock has started. June 30th, we're supposed to have a budget. I don't see us hitting that again at this point in time. I really don't. It just floors me that our government, our leaders, continue to spend, and oh yeah, spend some more. So we'll see how that all pans out. in the coming months. And of course, they're not going to do any negotiating now. Oh, no, that makes too much sense. They'll wait until the end of May to really start getting down to, figuring out the budget. So, okay. So what do you think about this? What do you think about? Again, the governor, he's proposing legalized marijuana again as part of an income stream. And he's figured that into the budget. So when that doesn't pass, that creates an even bigger deficit gap in the spending of this budget. So, your thoughts on this? No wonder, Florida is seeing an influx in population, and by the way, corporate entities heading to Florida. Florida doesn't have a state income tax. Do you know that? So, no wonder. And their corporate taxes are low. No wonder. So, all right. Hey, got to take a little break. When we come back, both lines are open. Give me a buzz. Let me know what you think about the governor's budget or anything else for that matter. 724-438-4593.
That sneeze was in a different zip code, and I still felt the germs.
Relax, Randy. I went to Montgomery Medical. I'm fully shielded.
Like a flu shot?
Flu, COVID, the works. If you haven't caught up on your shots yet, they'll get you sorted in minutes. It's basically a suit of armor, but with less clanking. Then do the double shot. After Montgomery Medical, head over to Renew You Medispa. I got their immunity IV drip.
A Medispa?
You relax, you hydrate, and you give your immune system a VIP upgrade.
Montgomery Medical, a family tradition of family medicine.
Couples Comedy with married comedians Tom Cotter and Carrie Louise comes to the State Theater Center for the Arts Friday, February 13th at 8 p.m. for a hilarious Valentine's performance. An America's Got Talent Season 7 finalist and one of the funniest comics today, Tom Cotter, and Carrie Louise, a Last Comic Standing finalist, are sure to make it an uproarious Galentine's night out. For tickets, call 724-439-1360 or online at statetheater.info. Recommended for those 16 and over.
At Live, we want to say thanks to our community with our biggest giveaway yet. Thanks a Million free slot play giveaway. Join us every Friday in February for your chance to win a share of $1 million in free play, including a grand prize of $25,000 in free play. You could be one of 10 winners each week. So what are you waiting for? Thanks a Million, only at Live Casino, Route 30 at Westmoreland Mall. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Laurel Ridge Eye Care reminds us that vision problems may develop so slowly you don't even notice until you find yourself reading less and straining to focus. If that's happening to you, call Dr. Aaron Sobel at Laurel Ridge Eye Care for a complete vision exam. If there's one thing you shouldn't overlook, it's your vision. Laurel Ridge Eye Care and board-certified ophthalmologist Dr. Aaron Sobel remind you that early detection of eye disease can help prevent blindness. Their complete vision exams can help determine if you are developing problems. Laurel Ridge Eye Care offers full-service medical, surgical, and laser eye care with cataract surgery performed at Uniontown Hospital. Don't take chances with your eyes. Schedule your appointment today by calling Laurel Ridge Eye Care at 724-437-2222. That's 724-437-2222. All insurances are accepted, as well as Visa, MasterCard, and debit card at Laurel Ridge Eye Care, 130 West Fayette Street in the former Hockey Funeral Home.
WMBS high school basketball coverage is proudly sponsored by the law firm of Goodwin Como. Voted Fayette County's best attorney, Benjamin F. Goodwin, and the award-winning Goodwin Como team have been trusted by your friends and neighbors for nearly 2 decades. From estate planning and administration to personal injury, workers' compensation, property matters, family law, and criminal defense, they deliver dedicated, personalized representation when it matters most. With 2 convenient offices in Uniontown and Bell Vernon, visit GoodwinComo.com or call them at 724-438-1616 for your free initial consultation. Goodwin Como, righting wrongs, securing justice.
This is Dr. Fraser Stokes of U.S. Digestive Health in Uniontown. Doctors Calabrese, Hoppy, Lorenz, and I want to wish the very best to all our local hoops teams this season and remind everyone that our team of board-certified specialists are highly committed to provide the highest quality of care for any and all gastrointestinal and liver problems. Call us at 724-437-7677.
WMBS.
Welcome back to What's on Your Mind. We've got roughly 5 minutes to go in today's show. So give me a buzz. I'd love to hear from you. We got plenty of time to chat. 724-438-4593. So let's see. Oh, hey, by the way, the temperature has gone up to 33 degrees. So maybe, I'm not going to hold my breath, but maybe the bitter cold is all behind us for this year. Maybe. I mean, we still have a lot of winter ahead of us. According to, Phil, as in Punxsutawney Phil, we've got 6 more weeks of winter. So plenty of time to get some really bitter cold back again. But maybe, just maybe, it's behind us. We'll keep our fingers crossed, right? 724-438-4593. Give me a call, just like the caller on line 1 has done. Hello, welcome to the show.
Hey, Russell, how you doing today?
Hey, Ron, I'm doing great. Yourself?
Oh, it's been an interesting day. Had equipment problems and electrical issues in a machine, and so I'm feeling a little bit batty, but now I'm sitting here with a coffee. I got a smoke in my hand, and I'm relaxing.
Okay. Yeah, I imagine the cold does not, hydraulics don't like cold a whole heck of a lot.
No, not at all.
No, okay.
No.
All right.
No. Yeah. Hey, Russell, the reason I'm calling, I haven't heard anybody mention it this week, but I want to put some attaboys where I think they belong.
All righty.
Down at the State Theater. They had that show down there this weekend. They did Grease. Did you see that?
I did not, no.
Okay. Well, I got to say, it's all local amateurs, kids wanting to maybe move up. When I say kids, younger adults, mid-teens up to early 20s maybe.
Okay.
They did a fantastic job.
Well, good.
I'm telling you what, in the movie, Olivia Newton-John was, the main character in the movie. They had a girl singing, I don't know what her name is, but when you were listening to her sing, you thought you were hearing Olivia Newton-John.
Okay.
The girl was fantastic. They did a excellent job with the props. I was impressed. That's all I could say is I was very impressed with this play because I believe it or not, I enjoy theater.
Oh, good.
And some people can't believe that that's possible, but yeah, I do.
I believe it. I enjoy theater too. Yeah.
And they for just a local, I forget what they call it, Main Street production or something like that.
Yeah.
What's his name? John Wagner is the guy's name that runs it.
Okay.
I believe he's the former judge's son.
Okay.
But I was really impressed with that play. It was like, wow, look at that.
Yeah.
Really good. And I haven't heard anybody give credit, but the show was good, and every time I see one of their shows, it's like they're taking it up a notch. They're refining, tweaking, getting better with it.
Yeah.
And they really did a good job, and I would like to encourage people to maybe support that.
Yeah, I personally, I would love to support them more myself. So often, I don't remember. Maybe it's, I don't know. They need to publicize more. I don't know.
Probably a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to get words out sometimes, or get announcements out,
Sure.
because they're in certain places, and if you're not looking in them places, you don't know.
Right.
But as far as the theater goes, and what I saw this weekend, I got to say I give them an A+ for it.
Okay.
And it was a excellent show.
Yeah.
And more people should take the time to check it out.
Yeah, I know that the times I have gone, I've always enjoyed the evening. Always enjoyed the evening. So
very nice, very well done. Everything was executed. All the actors in it, very good.
Yep.
So I just wanted to put the attaboys out to something I felt deserved.
And people forget too that you don't just get together and decide to put on a play overnight. You've got practice. You every night for a couple months as you're going through them and practicing and redoing and everything. There's a lot of work.
That they had in there, the dancers were fantastic. I think I saw one boo-boo in a dance move, but excellent show.
Yeah, you're covered. All right. Hey, Ron, I got to run. I thank you for the call, and kudos to the cast of Grease. Have a good one, Ron.
Right.
Bye-bye.
Okay,
hey, CBS News is next at the Tone. It is 3 o'clock, WMBS Uniontown.
This is CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
I'm Jennifer Kuiper. The House has passed a bill to end the partial government shutdown, as CBS News correspondent Cammie McCormick reports.
The measure funds most of the government through September 30th, while providing the Department of Homeland Security with short-term funding for 2 weeks, while lawmakers negotiate potential changes to ICE operations, as Democrats demanded.